Minnesota Fighting Vikings were looking to overhaul the right guard position and finally get some consistency at that position, because the Vikings have had a rotating gong show of guards overall over the last couple years. Mike Compton, or Tom Compton, Mike Remmers, well, whatever. Mike Compton and Tom Remmers, too. They both sucked. And then you got Pat Elflein, then Dakota Dozier, then Oli Udoh, etc., etc., etc. But just trying to find consistency at right guard, because Ezra is holding it down at left guard, and maybe if Bradbury had two solid bouncers around him at guard, maybe he could pan out on some of that potential that made him a first-round pick back in the day. But Ed Ingram, second-round pick, pride of LSU, number 59 overall, great in pass protection. The Vikings saw some potential in him, snapped him up in day 2, and this entire offseason he was working to try and secure that starting right guard spot. He did. The Vikings traded Jesse Davis's ass to the Steelers, and he made his debut Sunday against the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers. And there were some highs, there were some lows, even so many lows that we actually listed Ingram as one of the losers in our winners and losers recap video. But that's because the expectations for Ed Ingram are up here. Yes, he's a rookie. Yes, he's a second-round pick. Yes, there's going to be some growing pains, but overall, I think Ed Ingram did a very solid job on Sunday. We wanted to have 5 takeaways from the game. That was, number 1, he was an absolute ace in run blocking. Now, it's interesting because pass blocking was seen as his forte coming in from LSU. Great anchor, great hands, great balance, etc., but he was getting after it, man. And the Vikings, Dalvin and Madison, they total over 100 yards, 4.5 yards per carry. Also, Ingram's 87.4 PFF run blocking grade was second best in the NFL amongst guards. Not amongst rookie guards, amongst all guards. Only Elijah Vera Tucker of the Jets. Yes, we know him. Yeah, we know him. Only he graded better. Number 2, a shaky first half pass protection. Yes, he allowed the only sack of the game on Kirk Cousins. Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith played a little bit of a game on him. It happens. And 5 total pressures allowed, 2 hits, 2 pressures, 1 sack. Kenny Clark, it was clear that Joe Barry, the Packers defense coordinator, was isolating him, singling out at Ingram, going after him, where in previous years, if they had targeted center Garrett Bradbury. And Bradbury, even though he gave up 4 pressures, didn't grade well via PFF, I think that Bradbury, frankly, played one of the better games of his career. But Ed Ingram, yes, they were attacking him in the first half, but I think great adjustments at halftime. Chris Cooper, Justin Riscotti, Wes Phillips, and Kevin O'Connell really started gelling. And Ed Ingram, I think, took a breath. First half is in the books. It sort of is what it is. And he settled down, had a phenomenal second half. So 4 pressures were in the first half, only 1 in the second half. And the Vikings were able, even though the Vikings only put up 6 points in the second half, the protection was solid. Kirk Cousins was able to get some things done. The Vikings were able to pick up some key first downs, put some points on the board, saw away the game. And Ed Ingram, you could just see as the game progressed, he was getting more and more confident, and he just started putting bodies out there. It was fantastic. And number 4, unit confidence overall, where a bit of an anomaly. So from the eyeball test, to me, the protection was better, more consistent than last year. Kirk had a lot of clean pockets, and also Kirk, respect, was able to step up, buy a little bit extra time, being able to play off script for sure. But Kirk, via PFF, was actually dinged for pressure on 42.4% of his dropbacks, which is actually higher than last season at 33.7. Even though, again, eyeball test, I think the protection was much better yesterday, etc. And like we said about Bradbury, I think Bradbury played one of his better games as a Viking center. Now, he didn't grade well, especially in pass protection, still gave up 4 pressures. But, I mean, maybe that's because the bar is so low. But I think as this interior offensive line gels, as they get more and more used to Ezra, Bradbury, Ed Ingram, I think that this could suddenly become one of the better center guard center. You know what I mean? Interior offensive line combinations in the league as they start to get to know each other. And, of course, you already got the bookend tackles. Darisaw is going to be a rock star. Brian O'Neill is already the real deal. Is already one of the best right tackles in the game. And it's fantastic because the Vikings have been looking for this combination. What's the offensive line going to be? And they've been searching for it for years and years and years. And could Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell actually get it right in the first go-around? It's possible. It's possible, man. And lastly, number 5, overall, it's a hell of a debut. You love the movement skills. You love the pass protection when he's able to set his feet. He's got great balance. And yeah, defense coordinators are going to come after him. But guess what? After he holds his own, after he's not a sieve, after he's not a guy who's going to give up 10 pressures a game and also have 3 or 4 penalties, defense coordinators are going to go away from him. And then he'll just be another guy that maybe, some DCs and some defensive linemen will actively avoid. So I think it was a fantastic start for Ed Ingram. Yes, there were some highs. Yes, there were some lows that were very pronounced, hence why he was in our losers list for the game. But, couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier that the Vikings finally seemed like they got themselves a solid guard opposite of Ezra Cleveland. Ingram posted a 79.3 PFF grade, second best for a rookie guard behind Dylan Parham, the pride of Memphis, who played about a half a game with the Raiders. So if we're going by full games, Ed Ingram got this thing on lock, man. But yeah, the Vikings may have finally been piecing together a solid offensive line. Ed Ingram looks like he's going to be a stud. Second round pick, number 59 overall. Kwesi getting it done yet again. But your thoughts and our thoughts. Ed Ingram's debut against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.